Hello, my friends. Welcome back to I Love Kuduro, all the way from Angola. My name is Manuel Kanza, and I'm more than happy to have you on this special episode. All right, so today we took it to France, and we are going to talk to a special guest. He's an event promoter and also an educator in France, and it was a huge pleasure talking to him because he has been not only promoting the Dombolo and the Afrobeats, but also promoting Kuduro. When I say promoting, it's like he's giving opportunity for Kuduro to actually be presented in France because France has a huge movement when it comes to dance. And his name is Blackout, and he will present himself, of course. We're going to show you the footage of our previous meeting, and we're going to showcase that to you in a minute. But first, before we go there are some things I want to share with you. On these episodes of I Love Kuduro, we are also going to be focusing on the music part very strongly because I feel like we have given you enough information in regards to the dance, and we want to make sure that we talk enough about our Angolan artists, the musicians. The reason I'm saying this is because we want you to understand not only the mindset, but the creativity behind the music that these musicians have been producing for you. I'm talking about Da Beleza, I'm talking about Titica, I'm talking about Flor da Raiz, I'm talking about Puto Prata, I'm talking about all the greatest artists that we have here in Angola and the controversial ones as well. What we're going to create is an episode where we kind of tell you and break down what the influences that they have been showcasing here in Angola and also out of Angola in a way that you understand exactly what is the current trending information in regards to the Kuduro news. So stay tuned for that because we are bringing you that here on the I Love Kuduro. We also want to make sure that as much as information that we share here, we want to make sure that for each episode, you are getting exactly what you need in terms of knowing what I Love Kuduro has for you based in Angola. We don't have much information in regards to what's happening in terms of Kuduro outside of Angola. And that's why we reach out to these wonderful creators, educators, dancers, artists living outside of Angola. It is known that Kuduro is also done in some regions of Africa, it's not only outside of Africa, but you have probably heard of the Danza Kuduro music that got really popular many years ago, including it was also played in one of the greatest Hollywood movies like The Fast Furious. What happens is most people got to know about Kuduro from that music, but they don't know that Kuduro is from Angola and they don't know how the dance Kuduro really looks like. So this is one of the reasons as well that we always take our time, myself, to explain to you about the history of the dance. If you have seen the previous episodes, I broke down some of the history of the dance itself, which, as we all know, Tony Amado is the creator. And we also have Sibane, that Sibane contributed a lot to the music scene and also to the animation part of the evolution of Kuduro itself. Tony Amado, yes, he created Kuduro, the dance, and he also made a lot of music in Kuduro. But because he's very versatile artist, he also dived into another types of music, leaving Kuduro in the hands of the ones that were inspired by him. We're talking about Os Lambas, we're talking about Bruno M, we're talking about, for some time, Puto Português, Titica, Maya Zuda, all those picked up from where Tony Amado left off. And in terms of the dancing, the muchachos continue doing shows, appearing on TV shows, and some people also started to create their own style of dance of Kuduro. So that's basically it for now. I'm gonna talk to Black Cow. I'm gonna show you guys the interview that I had with Black Cow, and I hope that you enjoy the information that he has for us. So it's gonna be really kind of a long topic because it's the first time here on the I Love Kuduro that we actually having someone who is actually creating spectacular events that Kuduro is also making part of. I'll see you and stay tuned. Okay, so everyone, I'm here with Black Owl. He's such an amazing personality, and also I believe that we're going to get to know more about Black Owl, and he does one of the most amazing events with the um, Afrique Best Dance Camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. And I think that I Love Kuduro, we have done a lot of international events, which we carried music and dance. And I believe that Blackout has been going through some amazing moments and also difficult moments, just as we did as well. And we would like to know a little bit more about you, my brother.
All right.
Yeah.
So first of all, thanks for having me. It's a very good honor, and I didn't expect that. The pronunciation for my name is just Blacko. Is
Blacko.
it's a name that came up when I was young and dancing around everybody in school with white people, black people, etc., etc. And most of the time I was the dark skinned one. So my light skin friend, even the
Yeah.
black, they will call me the black one. And obviously the white people are gonna call me the black one, but not like badly. It was just like, so when I decide to become a dancer and to make a career of it, I keep the name and I just twist the spelling. So it's just Blacko. Okay.
Blacko.
No,
Okay.
ow.
Now,
Uh,
now we know the meaning of Blacko.
yeah, I just thought like you need to find a new name. I'm black. Yes, that's what it is.
It's perfect, my
So
brother. It's perfect. I think there's nothing more precious than us recognizing our beautiful complexion. I always say that
yeah.
I'm a proud African black brother. I always carry this wherever I go. And this is why
Mm.
I didn't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm sorry if I didn't say it right,
Uh,
but we all know now. And I also couldn't say much about your dance experience because I know you from doing one of the best events that we have right now at this moment that we as I Love Kuduro have been following. In 2012, we did an event which took Angolan dancers and choreographers to Europe. And we did like Amsterdam, Sweden, we did Paris, and then we did New York. And at that time, it was really, how can I say, exciting because for us, we were trying to do a Kuduro against locking, Kuduro against the hip hop. We were trying to
Hi.
expand Kuduro to Europe because we only knew that it was Portugal that they were having Kuduro. But now, what called our attention is you are having not only dances from other styles in African dance, but you also having. We saw that you had some Kuduro and Afro house, and we were like, wow, it's nice to see that our brothers and sisters in Paris are also hugging Kuduro, giving us opportunity to appear because most of the dancers here in Angola, or I won't say Africa because we're so many, but in Angola particularly, we don't have as much exposure as the other dancers outside.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we want to
Exactly.
say thank you. Thank you so much for this event. You're giving us opportunity, even if like dancers from Angola living in Angola not going there, but we know our brothers and sisters are doing that for us, and we appreciate African brothers' support. So I just wanted to clear this one out before we actually talk about how was it like creating this event, my brother.
Wow, that's I'm speechless because everything you just say, it's on the purpose of the event. About me, I came to Europe in 2000 something, running from the war in my country, Central African Republic. And so trying to live here was very difficult because, parents send us here, hopefully that we can work, make some money and send it home. So from the moment I decide to jump in the dance as a career, as a professional, my family don't understand this. Like my father is very old school and he's been to war, so he's not the
Yeah.
kind of like you're not gonna go dance. Da, da, da. That was very difficult because I had to do everything by myself. No help and everything. And I was living alone from 60 years old. Here in France, I had some help from the government and I gotta just focus on my goals and get it. So dance always been there. As the moment I can have my freedom, I jump into dance more and more. I got all the diploma needed, whatever, as a school to work, whatever. Try to work, but that was just dance. My core was dance. So from 2011, 2012, I've been just struggling to make dance my living because it's been educate me and make me grow as a person and open so much door. So dancehall and African dances are my main style right now, even though those last 2 years I focus on African dances because as you said before, we don't have so much exposure.
Hmm.
Being in
Yeah.
Europe, learn about other style. I see the opportunity that operas, dancer, ballet, contemporary, even hip hop, they have so much help and so much organization, so much the industry is like an industry. Like they have so many things that make things happen for them. And to dancehall, also Afro, we have nothing at that time. And I think I just missed you guys when you visit Europe in 2012 because between 2012 and 2015, that was like the moment in Paris. We always have like crazy event battle, but between a small circle, and that was mostly from Kupedekale from Ivory Coast to Dombolo from Congo. So we had not so much about Angolese yet because there was not so many Angolese people around. And one here we have a crew that was part of they were from the south of France, like Marseille, and they have some dancer from Portugal, and they use a Afro house song, and that was like our first contact with Afro house music and even the
Wow.
movement. And 2012 to 13, that was during a competition named Battle Afro. Like all the crazy crew in France come to Paris. That was like, I don't know, 20, 50 group coming to battle that, and that was
Wow.
just amazing. And through this event, so many things, Paris, the dancer connect, the first we fight as like we are competitors and a lot of troubles happen from there.
Yeah.
But then now we also with the vision and the work I did, I tried to change the vision to change our community because we were like just built to be one against each other. Like who's gonna be the best? You have to be
Yeah.
one person, one things like this. So I came up with Africa Best Dance Camp or ABDC. It's a small version of it.
Yeah.
By that time, because I was traveling the world, thanks God, doing my things. People were requesting me to teach different style,
Nice.
and I even have people asking me Afro House and Kuduro, but I was like Afro House. I'm some basic. At that
Yeah.
time, I had not so, but Kuduro definitely not.
Yeah.
And other. So I've been in Russia. I taught like 8 hours classes from Kudombolo, Kupedekale, Afro House, Azonto, and choreography, things like this. And then I understand that first of all, there's gonna be a lot of people curious about learning African dance styles. Second of
Yeah.
all, I know so many dancers from France to Europe that have the knowledge and that is their culture. And and our African dance community need a change, need a visibility, and need a push up. So all of this pushed me to take a risk in 2015 to make like 6 teachers in the events, and we had like 30 people register. And the second year, I'm like, last year been good, and I think I just wanna go crazy because that's something about me I don't do halfway.
Yeah.
Again, year I applied 5, then we went from 6 people to 25, and I tried to have the dancer from Portugal, Amsterdam, London, like the Africans I know that was teaching, doing their thing in Europe, having them in Paris. That went amazing. That was one of the biggest events in 2016. And
Okay.
2017, I went even crazier. I invited 32 dancers from
Wow.
America and from everywhere I can. We try to have some dancers from Ghana. Then the thing is the visa situation and all of. But the event happened because for me we needed a project on the same ground, not.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Please continue, brother. Yeah.
So I invite the dancers, the teachers that was killing it from everywhere, no matter the age, the origin, even
Yeah.
the origin. I invite some dancer from Russia, the Dongai girls,
Mm.
and I invite the dancer that impact so many community from Angola to Ivory Coast, Denisa. Maybe you know her.
Yeah.
Because that was to show appreciation for the own
Thank
work
you.
they do because they work with me at the time that nobody, even between Africans, know that we can actually make a living of that.
Yeah.
And they keep working and developing the knowledge around their people, around other school, around other country. So yeah, through the years, ABDC just become the his own child. Like for me, it's like a child that is flying by himself, and I'm very the impact that has in the community, and I'm so glad that today we have connection between African and Europe, because the purpose always is will be like to have something like this in Africa and have
Yeah.
more dancers to travel to Europe.
Yeah.
But the only situation we have is the sponsoring, the money, because the
Yeah.
government is I have organization that is like trying to get funding from the government,
Mm-hmm.
and our line is about promoting African dance community and knowledge in Europe. So
Mm.
for like the 3 last year, all the requests I asked was declined.
Yeah.
So everything that happened on social media, that's mostly from my pocket, because since COVID we have been losing money like crazy,
I was just
and
gonna ask you because we as I love Kuduro, we suffered that downfall from COVID. We had a
yeah,
bunch of shows here in Angola that was scheduled, and that delayed so many things. And before I ask you the next question, I just want to ask you, like, do you feel certain responsibility right now when you are running this amazing event? Do you feel like certain moments that you are holding a responsibility for the talents that are there in Paris, in Europe, the people that come to your event? Do you feel pressure? Because us here, I love Kuduro. We work with sponsorship. We also get some help from some entities that love Kuduro, not just the dance, but the music. But even though we get some support, we still find a lot of difficulties maintaining, make sure that things are going well, people are happy, there's food, there's drinks, there's enough. There is enough space for each talent, old school and new school. At the beginning, we started with the popular ones because that's how you get the event to be known by the people that are already on top. And then now we are creating events that we are trying to push the small groups that are starting because they are the future. But one of the difficulty things that we had is like having the same flow throughout each event, like having a constant flow. Do you experience that yourself? Like, how are you managing this do you have a crew or you doing this by yourself?
I have a crew, but about the decision, about the inside, like all the lineup and stuff like this, it's only me because the vision I had and I have and I still have today, it's so personal. Like I explain it to everybody that work with me, from the teachers. Like I've been working with more than 100 African teachers, but about the responsibility and the pressure.
Yeah.
Uh, I will just say nobody can imagine because I put myself a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
Uh, that is one thing. You just gonna have to show everything is good, everything is amazing,
exact.
everything good, etc. etc. But for example, just about the money for flight ticket, hotel for those three last
Oh
year,
my God.
nobody imagine the money that I put in for
Exactly.
event traveling with dancer and taking charge just for the flight ticket and hotel. It's at least 400 to 500 per person, and then we try to get paid. It's another 200 to 300 per
Oh my
person.
God.
For this, that's since COVID,
Besides the paperwork, besides the paperwork, like legal
pressure.
stuff. Yeah.
All of this is already your pressure, but then the who, the why, the how, etc., etc. I think the difference between my event, because today there is a lot of event happening, and it's great. It's people I've been working with, it's people I think are inspired on some kind of way. Is that I have a unique identity for ABDC that
Okay.
is in the underground and the knowledge of the underground. So you're not gonna have so many. I'm not gonna say you're not gonna have at all, but you're not gonna see so many Afro fusion on my event
Okay.
because fusion, even just explaining this, it doesn't make sense for a
Yeah.
point that all of our dance and music is already a fusion through our own culture with another culture that is from Africa or that is from Occidental. So the
Hmm.
fusion thing, life is a fusion. As a human
Exact.
being, already of our parents. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to have dancer from Congo and Ivory Coast because that's the two big culture that impact Europe as I saw it here. And
Hmm.
from there, I think that was last year, or yeah, that was last year. I had 5 or 6 dancers from Afro House Kuduro from Angola to Portugal because I was through the years. I mean, about if we can go back a little bit before the
Do
event and
you
how.
select these professionals yourself? I think it's hard. How do you like select,
Yes,
like make sure, okay, people are
yes,
coming
yes,
for the event. This group is gonna be Kuduro, this is Afro House, this is Coupe de Calais, this is Dombolo.
yes,
I
yes.
think
Yeah.
it's hard. You have to know.
A lot of time on it. I spend even now. I already think about it since October, September for 2023, and yeah, no, I mean it's been a crazy adventure.
Yeah.
Uh, every years is the there is good and there is bad. Like some people would be like, yeah, but why not me? Why not me? Etc. Etc. The
Exactly.
thing is, I give an opportunity, and some people gonna have a good reaction with people with the student, and some people just gonna feel about social media, thing like this. So I have so many little things that are gonna be make me think about who I consider myself like
Yeah.
on how I'm gonna say, like, as is my event and as is the gift I wanna give to people as a legacy.
Yeah.
The of the event gonna depend on my choice for the teacher. So if there is people I feel or I don't feel or whatever, so all the lineup. I'm thinking like for years, I mean, not for years, but I follow the dancers and I know the dancer at least for years before to book them, before to work with them.
Yeah.
And when I put somebody there, then I try to have a lineup that is homogene, like versatile, different with different flavor. That is women dancing Afro house, male dancing Afro house,
Yeah.
male pedically, women dancing pedically, like have different flavor, different generation also. So all of this year has been a it's been a crazy challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this year I start to see things a little bit more authentic after 8, 9 years now. That's the 9 years of ABDC. I
Yeah.
start understanding more about people and the reason and are we actually on the same path, and it's not a problem that we are not, but I know that from 30 people, like
Yeah.
I was working before, I decided to work only with less than 20 or 80 people now,
Yeah, because
because
yeah, you
and
can have more concentration.
yes, I have a crazy vision, but then the financial is always gonna be a situation.
Exactly.
And I prefer work with people that don't prioritize the money, because we don't mean the event. I don't If it's not the event or if it's not my pocket, it's nobody. If that was money from the government, I will not care, like do
Yeah.
everything I. So right now, yeah, I have strategy also for 2023 to try to make it actually a very strong and a powerful event that maybe I'm not gonna need money from the government if I wanna do
Exactly.
something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's a crazy pressure, and I'm thinking a lot about everything. And there's a lot of people that I'm watching and I wanna book, but until I can't do it, I'm not gonna just say, "Oh my God, I will book you," because that
Yeah.
happened to me to people like, "Wow, I'm interested in your work," and then having people be like, week, month, just what's up, Loco? You talk to me about booking,
Yeah.
yeah, but like that's passions. Like, so right now I'm just trying to be quiet,
Yeah.
focus, try to develop the event itself. I have dancers that I invest on. I put them on a spot that the European people know them. This year we have a crazy adventure coming that so many so many schools, so many people around Europe want us to come. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be an adventure for me, like last year, 2022, to go to a new places and to see how is it, and then have maybe those people travel to Paris so we can have a better impact and all of that. But these things start basically on the how I can say what is happening in our. I live in Paris, so what is
Yeah.
happening in Paris, our community need here. Then I see what is it around Europe, like who do Afro have is a good spot as hip hop have a good spot, and
Mm-hmm.
how people respect it, because the knowledge or this culture is the biggest. As I know about dancing, for me, African dance, it's the biggest, because
Yeah.
from there gonna have different country. From different country, gonna have different generation and different music. Just about Angola, there is, as we know, there is at least four big dance that impact the world: samba,
Raison.
samba,
Yeah.
kuduro, house. Then I guess there is more that I personally don't know.
Yeah.
uh in the other country, Congo have rumba, coupe, dombolo,
Yeah. Sukus.
rumba.
Yeah.
I mean, so many, and South Africa, and this and this and this and this and
Yeah.
that.
Do you
Um,
think, Blackout, do you think that the way you structure your event and the time it took you to get to what you are, where you are right now, I'm gonna explain to you why I'm asking you this. Do you think that if you were doing this in here in Africa, it would have been right now the way it is? Do you think? You know why I ask you this is because I love Kuduro. The reason why we mix musicians in our event is because we try to do a lot of events for I love Kuduro for dancers only. And unfortunately, I would say, yes, we Africans, for some reason we don't come for dance events or even classes. I don't know if it's the same there in Paris, or it's very
Much.
hard for us as I love Kuduro. Even we are the biggest events in terms of like local music and just culture. We I
Mhm.
love Kuduro. We are the biggest here in Angola, but we still not as strong when it comes to creating an event specifically for dance. But if we do for musicians, it gets too packed. We feel like, I think dancers, they love to dance here in Africa, but they don't show up for events that are created for them. Do you think there's a problem with us, or maybe it's a thing that we feel like we don't need to go to dance to learn how to dance?
Yeah, definitely. I have two things I will say. There is the money and there is the mental. About doing event or how dance is considered in Africa as it is our everyday. I remember as younger, I mean, the first time I impact something in the dance, I was in a wedding in my country, and your parent and the family throw money to the kids
Yeah,
when they like, so like, and I remember one day I received that much money that we all days we went we buy like so many candies. So from there, dance have been in our culture as like
yeah,
everybody dance, got fun, give them something. But about like developing a career about it, I think that was undervalued by our parents. I would say our parent because our ancestor, I guess that was the dance was another language. I tried to study through my event and through the years how dance impact the world. Even from the slavery time, dance and music help slave ancestors
exactly.
to work. Like there is some move that become move today for us. Oh, it's fun to do this move. But when you there was an amazing video, maybe I can send you if I find it. That
Yeah,
was like somebody that was knocking the floor on the rhythm that somebody was taking something on the back, and then that started making like a noise of the work you do, the step, the noise, etc. Built like a
so
music harmony, something that everybody gonna start making a rhythm of it. There's some people gonna start singing maybe, etc., etc. So dance through the African culture, I think it's part of one of the richness that I will say Occidental kill because on our mindset, because I mean, as I have some friends that was teaching and giving lecture about traditional, dance is dance is a part of life. Like you wake up, you wanna
yeah,
thanks or you want rain. There is a death people. There is a wedding.
yeah,
There is something people gonna have dance from the village specialized on this occasion, and
yeah,
uh, and then why events, why doing things in Africa will be different. I will speak for myself first of all, as I said before, for my family reason if people around you don't consider the dance as the work as something, then you need support and you need to show up and you need to invest money on it. You
yeah,
cannot make it through yourself through to I want to do something with it. I cannot In Africa, I will not think about living and traveling and teaching and giving conferences, organizing and managing dancers. I will never think like this because my people around me will never let me the possibility to think that way. Then
yeah,
even though I care and I think to do it as for you guys, do some event for dancers, I
yeah,
think there is the money situation, but so many event is free. But then today, what is it like? Why we now? Because even in Paris, when we do event, when there is classes that people need to pay, nobody is coming, like from the
yeah,
black people.
yeah,
But when it's to do battles, to watch event, to watch musicians, to watch competitions, everybody is coming.
exactly.
So
I
I
think
mean, in Paris right now. So
I
so
think we
so yeah,
like to
no,
watch.
that's
I think we like to watch, to drink, to party. If when we do
yeah,
events that we implement party, music, drink, it gets packed. But if it's specific
yeah.
for dance, people don't show up. So I was hearing as you were talking about your event. I think you are a very smart guy. The way you
Thanks.
run the show, the way you do everything that you're doing, this is really hard because even for us as big as we are here in Angola, it's so hard for us to even like to create constantly because we can only do one event a year. And once we do that, we're already thinking about the one for next year. So
Mhm.
when I see your event, I already feel the pressure that you are going through because it's something that we also do here. And the reason I asked you about how do you think your event would have been as big as it is right now if you were doing it in Africa is because sometimes we here in Africa, um, it's not like our mindset is not on the other part. It's just that when you constantly see the same thing happening to you, you think that the whole world is like that,
Yeah.
but it's not. So this is why here on I Love Kuduro, we are having you explain to us how your vision. It's amazing because many people here are gonna watch this show and they're gonna understand that when you do event, like even if you feel like this event wasn't as I expected, think about how hard it was for people even just to get there because first thing, just to get the venue, like the space, it's a huge problem because you especially now after COVID, everything is going crazy because you got to make sure that people are safe first. And one of the hardest things we find as an event creators here, even in Angola, is maintaining everything organized that when people leave the show no one is gonna get hurt like leaving the show anything like that. And one of the
Mhm.
things that I really want to, because we only have like 5 minutes, I just want,
Already? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, we only
I
have
had
5 minutes. So it was really, really, really exciting to watch you speak about everything that you have done. I wish we could have had more time, but I really,
anytime I can do more talk later, no problem.
yeah, it's just that we're gonna have in 5 minutes, we're gonna have another invite that someone is gonna talk to us. Also, this person is from Portugal, but we are so happy, Blacko. You have no idea how happy me personally, Manuel Kanza, not just I love Kuduro. Me, Manuel Kanza, I'm very happy to have this talk with you because I've been traveling myself. I tried to do so many things and didn't work out. Even here in Angola, I try to support, but I guess that's the situation. Sometimes we take for granted what we have. Like we have Kuduro here, we have Afro House, we have our dance. When I travel to US, I see how people appreciate this, but here at
Yeah.
home, people don't. They don't appreciate like so.
I will I will say, I think you are the same generation or maybe a little bit older than me. But as to be one of the first African dancer in Europe to travel the world, um, my vision and my purpose today is just to show an example that everything is possible.
Yeah,
Because as I said, if in our own family people don't support you that you can make your life and make a work of it, where
yeah,
can you find where can you find the inspiration? So today, as a dancer, as organizer, and as an event, I'm doing and I'm trying to, yeah, to everything that come on social media is on a purpose to look good, but it's also to show people that we can do it. When I travel with work with dancer from country to country, the Black people, I also give them advice to organize events,
yeah,
how to some place like Germany have so many help, etc., etc. So today my big vision, my dream would be to have like a cultural bridge between Europe and Africa, and we are working quietly, silently
yeah.
until
Do
that.
that. Yeah.
But the events. the dancer, the travel, all of that in social media is just to show and inspire people that look, dance can make us live like this. Can
Exactly.
dancer we are as much important than musician. Without
Yeah.
without dancers,
Yeah.
all those
Kuduro
musicians
started
from
as a dance, and now
we
it's music.
all those music, Afrobeat music, and Amapiano will not be famous today if that was not for dancer. I
Exactly.
disagree, but like there's so many things about dancing that is connected straight with the music. And today, me, I make my mission of it that dance and dancers, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there right
You're
now.
gonna be the next Just the Boo of African dance, brother.
Oh, yes. But that's the vision I have now, and I'm happy
Yeah.
that that you people from Africa to the world can
Yeah.
see it and appreciate it because
Thank
uh
you.
have so many things happening that
Yeah.
sometimes I get, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy and I'm glad for this call. Thank you
Thank
again.
I
If you
appreciate.
through your trip, let me know because I think we already talked about it when you were in America. Like I wanted to
Yeah.
have you,
Yeah.
but let me know if
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
future come through
Y-
Europe, whatever.
yeah. We'll make that a plan. I'm gonna bother you on that.
But even if you announce like boom, just a little message, I would be like, okay, boom, I'm gonna make a fine. Like,
Thank you.
but thanks for the appreciation. Thanks everybody. Thanks you, Manuel,
Yeah.
for this. Hopefully, we can make our cultures grow and
Ex-
be
higher.
higher and higher.
And higher. Thank you, Blackout. So, everyone, that was my meeting with Blackout. Such an amazing dancer, choreographer, event organizer. And I'm speechless. Today, I finally got to know more about you. I hope this is not the only time that we get to talk. I hope we get to meet again. Yes, yes.
Just want I wanna add this because as long of being in the industry trying to make things, I wanna say I decided to call myself not a teacher anymore, no, but more like an cultural educator,
Mhm.
because as for dancers, teachers, and organizer, I try to have talk with them, conferences, to say what is important, what
Yeah,
is our mission, responsibilities, and then through my class, through my event, etc., etc. But I would say if there is something to remember about me, that would be a cultural educator, because just a dancer, just a teacher is I've been this for too long, and today there is just so many people being the same, and my vision and my knowledge, the education I have about dancing today is just too different to be to like there is people from 14 years
yeah,
old that give so we
yeah.
cannot be on this path. So
But
I
you're
would
on
say every
another level, bro. You are on
yeah, but
another level.
information of having this I love Kuduro live Zoom interview and all of this is like trying to educate your community to think, to do things differently. So you're an
Yeah.
educator too. There is that's
Ex-
the thing people don't value enough those kind of initiation, this kind of things that
yeah.
happen. But on the big impact on the world, like
Yeah. It's
helps
true.
people are gonna appreciate just to have a place where we can hear different people and learn about this and about that, about this,
Yeah.
about that.
It's
So
priceless.
yeah,
Yes.
we are educators. Not
Yes.
everybody, please, kids, don't say you're educators. It
Yeah.
takes years to be an educator. You're an educator. You are a dancer. You are a teacher. You are Zumba, whatever. But take your
exactly.
time. They myself,
Thank
I consider as educator, and I
educator.
think you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. We're going to have another meeting now. It was such a pleasure to have you here on I Love Kuduru, and we're going to bother you again in the future. Take care, my brother. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Wow. All I can say is when I spoke to Blackout and we did that exchange, I was overwhelmed. I could not ask him anything. I think he broke down like all the questions I had for him. He actually broke them down for me. This is interesting because it allows me to understand how he's going through creating. Because here in Angola, as we know, I Love Kuduro has done many events. We have also promoted many of the local artists here, the big ones and the ones that are coming out. And it's not really easy to host an event because there's so many things behind the scene that people don't usually understand. But it's always nice to understand what other people are doing outside of Africa in terms of the dance and the music itself. One of the most difficult things to actually get control of is the music copyrights, because as we all know, many dance, including Kuduro, hasn't been copyrighted, the dance itself. So it's just everywhere. And creating an event and actually publishing it, the music part is one of the hardest things to do. So there's a lot of paperwork going through. There are a lot of things that are taken into consideration when creating these events and actually bringing out to the people, and just making sure that everyone is having the same opportunity. It's a really, really, really difficult thing to do. And besides that, also being able to have enough people in the event and make sure that everyone is safe when they come in and when they leave. These are some of the things that really keeps people from creating huge events, especially when it comes to cultural events, which requires like a lot of dancing. Of course, where there's music, there's dance. But when we talk about African dance particularly, there is going to be a lot of dancing. So it was a really, really nice topic that I had here with Blackout. And I hope that you also got to know about his work. That was wonderful that he took his time to actually break down how he does and how he has been going through. And a huge apology also for our signal wasn't like really strong enough. So for some reason you might have seen some lag, but I hope the information was well presented and you were able to understand. Now I'm gonna say goodbye, and I just want you to know that we are always here. We're gonna bring some more amazing stuff for you on the next one. And stay tuned to I Love Kuduro, because we have so much to share with you. And my name is Manuel Kanza. Kuduro loves you. I Love Kuduro loves you. Stay tuned for the next episode.